Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, The Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and the A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State, we got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros.
Brown Couch Bros, man, we back in effect, man. It seemed like this is our first show. It seemed like this is our first show ever. We've been away for a while, man. You know, it's that spring then kicked in,
that
man.
spring that kicked in.
You know,
gotta spread it out. We gotta spread it out a little bit every now and then.
Kind of like you doing.
We need a vacation too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the couch, man. Thank you for coming back. We back.
We back, man.
Loving it, man. I love it. I'm glad to see you brothers, man. Damn.
Hey, listen, man. Like I shared with you before we got on today, one of my coworkers, shout out to Nisha Cathcart over there at UD Mercy. She was like, when I'm going to see the bros again? When the Brown Couch coming back? I said, you know what? We be back Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Shout out to Tanisha. There we go. Here we are.
Well, here we go, man. Customary fashion. Let's toast it up.
Toast it up a little bit. Bam, bam.
I know what I've been missing.
I got to get you long distance. Boom.
That's what it is. All right, man. What you got for your tip-off?
Well, man, listen, man. I'm glad we back and everything. We doing good. And, this is a good time of the year. The weather is kind of breaking. I know you love it because I know you out there getting your swings on.
I
know you're getting your swings on.
Already been out.
Listen, so I know you love the weather break. You out on your bike. You got King James out in the park.
The king.
Let me tell you, man, it's a little bittersweet for me this time of the year because, I'm gonna have to take care of my grass, my lawn. I gotta get out. But first and foremost,
Omega Lawn Care. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. But more importantly, man, the bittersweet part of it is, man, I like to keep my drink in my armrest.
Mm-hmm.
And I do 8 hours, 9 hours of work. Have you ever had vodka after 9 hours in the heated sun that almost boiled it? I can't drink that. So now, I got to change my ways.
You got to change your ways.
But wintertime, I get in there, it's nice and cold. Anyway, so it's bittersweet. But look, man, I'm glad to be back on the couch, man. That's my tip off, man. Let's get it in. And we still got things coming, man. We've been lining up stuff. So you people, y'all check us out.
Well, what you got for your tip off?
I don't have a lot, brother, man. Just like the A-Game just said, glad to be back on the couch. Couch is nice and comfy. It was clean for a minute.
We had a little snafu.
Before we got on there today. But nothing in particular, man. I'm glad all of us got our health. My grandkids, man. I love my grandkids, man. I love my daughter, Jasmine. Shout out to Jazz. But, the grandkids come over on Friday, because, my daughter, she worked there. She do hair. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Big days.
Is her busy. She busy. They drop them off on Friday and it's like they're there till next Friday. She come pick them up Monday, maybe Sunday night.
Yeah.
But definitely Monday morning. But shout out to my grandkids, man. And let's get this rolling, man.
Keep the pantry full for the snacks, I'm sure, for the kids.
Listen, the one thing I can say about my grandkids, man, they not bothered. They all do their own thing. Ava, she the oldest. Then I got the twins, and we got EJ. The twins are 5, EJ 6, Ava 11. They all got their iPads.
Wait a minute.
They got to fight over the remote. That's what
Ava
they fighting
is
over.
11.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I remember when that child was born.
Yep.
Crazy.
11.
Time ain't waiting for nobody.
Nobody. So shout out to my grandkids, man. My wife, my sons. everybody healthy, everybody doing good.
That's what's up.
And I'm glad I'm here.
That's good, man. That's good, man. Hey, real quick tip off for me, man. Obviously it's my time of year.
It's showtime.
It's golf season. And so just a message to all my golf friends out there.
That's the grip right there. See, I know the grip.
Kinda.
That ain't it right there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, little something like that. But to all my golf people out there, man, get me now because my schedule is filling up with all these golf outings.
Wow.
So if you got a golf outing out there, you want me to play, let me know now. I'm booked up for golf outings from now till about September.
J Rose, you hear that?
It's crazy. It's crazy,
You
man.
want him out there, J Rose? He booked.
Oh, I'm in that.
Oh, you already in there.
yeah,
He already
yeah.
in there.
I'm in that. I'm in that.
Q
That's on
Tour,
the
I know
list.
you're already on the Q Tour.
Q Tour, I'm on that.
Y'all booked.
We playing at Districts.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Q Tour in Atlanta. I'm playing in that event.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have one here.
Mm-hmm.
The Ben Durden, first annual Ben Durden golf
Shout out to
outing.
Ben Durden.
We'll be here doing boat ride
Rest in
weekend.
peace,
I'm in that.
94.
Okay.
So it's filling up, man. So if
Yeah.
you want me in it, you want me winning your long drive, you want me winning your closest to the pin, you want me winning skins, come holler at me.
He
Come holler
gonna
at
be
me.
he gonna be your huckleberry. I'll be your huckleberry. Let me know. That's
it, man. That's it, man. It's an exciting year, man. I'm excited to get back out there and participate in these golf outings. I mean, oftentimes, I'm out there having fun, want to compete and all that, but they're often for a good cause. Raise money for really good causes, man. Scholarships for kids. Jalen Rose for his program and keeping that school open.
JLA,
And, all of that. So happy to do it. Excited for it. But let me know now because it's filling up.
Filling up.
All right, Jess, what the people saying?
Man, so, and we won't get into this a lot on the show today, but 65 games, man, that's the rule. If you're going to qualify, you got to play 65 games.
Yeah.
And that's what the people talking about because now the PA, NBA PA, they coming in and like, yeah, Cade is hurt, and y'all messing with his money because he's not going to make all first team, which he should.
He should.
He definitely deserves it. Yeah.
However, the parameters were put in place at the beginning. I need 65 games out you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't get it. You can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the people talking about. Should it be an exception to that? Should they MVP be 65 and first team, all team be 60? Should you change it that way? But this year, you can't change anything, man. It's 65.
Well, I feel sorry for Cade, and I think they should make a different type, or set different type parameters, especially if you're not doing load management. This guy got a serious injury.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a collapsed lung. He gonna miss some time. He's injured.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't count against him. Now for guys, load management. Now you can take load management into account. Say, okay, Cade, you already missed 4 or 5 games. Load management.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't play. You wasn't listening on the injury report. Do they listen on injury report?
No, they not load management. So
Okay.
it's really look. It's tongue in cheek, man. It's wink and nod.
Yeah,
you don't really know,
absolutely.
but you know when it's a load management game, particularly after back-to-backs,
Yep.
road trips and stuff like that, man. But they don't listen on the scouting report.
So in that case, I would definitely try to change the rules as it pertains to the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is seriously hurt, so he might not even finish out the season.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be stuck at 60 games. But that shouldn't subtract from what the Pistons have done, what he has done as an individual from the MVP race.
So, but how about the first team? Because that's the money, which you'll touch on that.
Well,
On
the first team is money, but for
That's the
a
contract. Don't
personal
forget a big
personal
contract out there.
accomplishments,
Yeah.
to be MVP of the league,
Mhm.
that means you were the best player in the league that year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that goes a long way. As far as Hall of Fame and everything that it's almost like when we was talking about a couple of years ago, Monty Bates, when you miss out on a McDonald's All-American game, you miss out on being Mr. Basketball.
Yeah.
That's your legacy.
Yeah.
And being the MVP of the NBA is part of your legacy. So
It's unfortunate what Cade has to deal with, man, with that injury. I mean, obviously he was on his way to being probably first team All NBA, if not second team, and being in a runner for MVP, depending on how the Pistons were gonna finish
out. Yeah.
But the rule was in place to address the tanking and load management.
Mm-hmm.
What we call what happened to Cade in negotiations world and bargaining world, we call that an unintended consequence.
Mm-hmm.
This is an unintended consequence to the language trying to address one thing and actually getting the L on the other end. You're getting caught up on the other end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel bad for him. But if you ask Cade, he'd rather have an NBA championship than
no doubt.
MVP
In the MVP
or first team All NBA.
Yep.
And so that's still in front of the Pistons, and we'll get to that later.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is just simply an unintended consequence to a guy having a fantastic season.
But the first team All NBA, doesn't that promise you some money on the other end?
Well,
it depends.
It could be contractual.
Yeah, depending on what's in his contract.
Okay.
But you want all those awards and those accolades because the cash register just keeps
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you can say when it's time to go back, you just keep adding zeros. I mean, he'll make. He's gonna make. I mean, Pistons gonna give him $50 million.
He's making 46 this year.
It's just what it's gonna be.
Cade Cunningham is making $46 million.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, whatever the ticket is, the Pistons gonna pay it.
They're gonna pay it. Yeah. All right. And he's not even at his super max yet.
That's like, but say I think that means something as first team as far as getting the super max.
Where he's in a market here in Detroit where he's our best player. He's gonna be our best player for a long time. Yeah. So I don't really think that
you don't think the Pistons are playing.
Oh no, they're gonna pay him accordingly. Right. Luka Doncic is gonna make almost $1 million a game. Within the next couple of years, when his contract over with the Lakers, he's going to be able to sign a contract that's going to pay him $1 million a game. That's $82 million a year. That's a game.
So that is that your must be the money?
Must be the money. Good segue. Hey, and we talked about it earlier. Shout out to the WNBA, man. Finally paying those ladies, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that a little bit, but that's
but they making money, man. We letting Brad cook a little bit. He didn't cook as much as I thought he was gonna cook. He signed a lot of 1-year deals, prove it to me contracts. Now, the one thing I can say about that, I think he got some good players. Not great players, good solid players, 1-year deals, million here, 1.5, Pacheco 1.5. Izian 1.5. This outside edge rusher we got from Carolina. His deal is up to $6 million, 4 guaranteed. So, depending on I would be a lot. I want to see what's gonna happen during the draft. But the players that we have signed, I can say I did my homework on them. They're good players. They're not great. They're good, solid. One of them, I think, the Izian kid could be a starter at the slot. And he can play safety. He's multitaskable player. Other than that, man, we got to wait and see. But I do like the center. I think we upgraded on the center with Mays. So, yeah, man.
So, listen, once he went to talking about Brad, his segment turned into, I ain't paying all that money.
Well, Brad said that pretty much the other day. And
so none of them should be making no money.
Well, I can't say that because they are good, solid players, but the market they based everything on the market.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't go out there and I think I heard somebody said, I can't remember who said it. They just want the Lions to remain good instead of to go get it.
That's the problem.
Like the Rams and the Eagles. You go get it. Go get it.
Mm-hmm.
This is poor. And I don't want to get all off into Brad right now.
Yeah.
It's not football season, and even though
it's always football.
It's all even though the off season is really one of the most exciting parts of the season, other than the actual season, the games. But we getting Pacheco, Isaiah Pacheco. I think that's an interesting mix with him and Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. But yeah, we get off. But
yeah,
if if you're not going out there to win a Super Bowl, then what are you doing? What is remaining good? We've been good for 2 years, 3 years right now. I don't want to see good anymore. I want to see great, and I want to get to a Super Bowl. But anyway,
where they do that at?
Well, here apparently they do it in the NCAA.
Okay.
Does the number 740 mean anything to you?
740.
740.
So it's not coaches' wins, is it?
It's not combined 63 teams that's in the NCAA tournament, is it?
It's not that.
740.
700
money spent on players this year.
Nah. And it's not popcorn eating at games.
So what you got?
740 athletes have already entered into the transfer portal.
For which sport?
Men's basketball. 740.
12-man team.
It's about 23% of the roster.
What?
In the NCAA. 740.
Yeah, I know too.
Yeah,
what about the number 1,300?
That's how many spots are available for the 740?
That's how many scholarships available?
Okay.
No. That's how many have entered the transfer portal on the women's basketball side.
1,300?
1,300.
They've doubled?
1,300. Man, what are we doing? What are we doing?
So I always thought the portal was, you get in the portal, if you for sure got another opportunity to play somewhere else.
That's the problem.
You don't get in the portal on a hope and a prayer. Like, I'm transferring. Well, who wants you, son?
That's the problem.
That's like, you get in the portal because you've been contacted by another university, maybe under the table, a friend of mine. I'm not going to say no names. His daughter's in high school. It was nice box of shoes on his porch. They recruiting her. And they put nice. He came outside. It was all packaged up in his name. And he opened it up and he's like, oh, these not mine. These for you.
You trying to get somebody suspended.
Well, I ain't saying no names.
Trying to get
They don't live in this state. But here, like that. But go ahead with your point.
What does that do with recruiting the high schools?
Well, I mean, look, we've said it on this show a number of times. The high school senior loses out.
Yeah.
The high school senior loses out because these teams, these schools are looking for older kids who have been in programs.
Ready to play now.
Who are proving themselves, who ready to go right now. Plug and play. And when you look at the 16 teams that are left in the tournament right now, particularly on the men's side, there's only one school. I saw the stat the other day. It's only one school that their starting five all began at the school that they're playing at right now. And they began their careers at the same school that they're playing right now.
They're in the Sweet 16 right now?
And they're in the Sweet 16 right now. Ooh. Only one school. You know what that school is?
No, I don't. And I'm running.
Michigan State University.
Wow.
So the starting five all started
at Michigan
State.
So is that an indictment on Izzo not playing the game right?
I mean, I commend Izzo.
I commend
for
him for
keeping those guys.
Hell yeah.
You know, whether you got to update NIL package or just, I want to play for this coach. I love the program. I love the school. I love the academics. I love the environment that I'm in. And I'm going to stay here and be loyal. And that's another thing, loyalty.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be like, get off my lawn guy, right? I'm not trying to be that. But what I am saying is the way that we all came up watching college athletics and seeing a kid come into a program as a freshman and developing and then becoming a starter and then becoming a star their junior and senior year. That is lost. That's gone.
That's over with.
You're not even following kids like that no more. And that's what I miss most about college athletics. Because I was one of those kids. Coming into college, I played 6 games my first year. I was academically ineligible my first year. Second year, became a starter. Third year, became an all-conference guy. Fourth year, the guy. right? And there's something about watching a kid develop and grow in that way that we lose now because we don't get to follow them at the same university throughout their careers like we once did. And so I just personally miss that. Now, having said that, doesn't take away from the excitement that we're seeing in this NCAA tournament. It's been fantastic. The players, we got our hometown kid, Darius Acuff, who's about to put himself into the top 2, 3, 4, 5 going in the NCAA. Some are saying he should probably be number 1. But we're simply not seeing that anymore in college athletics. And that's one of the things that I miss most.
Let me ask you to piggyback off of Acuff. Shout out to the Acuff family.
Let's jump in it.
So let's jump in it.
16 teams left. Michigan State on either side. Arizona, probably one of the teams that's the most favorite to win it. It's been an exciting NCAA tournament, in my opinion. I think this is probably one of the most star-packed tournaments that I've seen in a very long time. We've got probably the top 13, guys are going to probably top 13, probably 6 or 7 guys who are going to go in the top 13 still left in this NCAA tournament. It's ballers in this tournament still left. What are your opinions about it? Talk a little bit about Acuff, obviously a hometown kid, so we definitely want to get into him. But your opinion on the tournament thus far?
Tournament just far as pretty much like I had planned, or like I've been witnessing. There's no Cinderellas. It's the big dogs. Oh, yeah. All the big dogs still in the tournament. You got rid of all the little small boys, the Wright States of the world, and so I don't know if that make it an exciting tournament, but I do understand that. If you're going to win it this year, you got to come with your best game. And you got to come with some horses, a.k.a. the Acuffs of the world. If you look at the NBA draft coming up, everybody that's going to be in the top 10, the top 12, they either freshmen or sophomores. They ain't staying in college, like you said, 2 years. No more than 2. They out of there. And that brings me back to my point. To your point, when you were saying that when you went in to St. Francis, you only played 6 games. The next year this, the senior year, boom. So my question to you is, these kids coming out of high school now, are their skill sets, quote unquote, the Acuffs of the world, that went to Cass, went to IMG for 1 year, go play for Calipari.
Well, he was at IMG for more.
2 years? No,
the rest of his high school career.
Oh, well, the rest of his high school career. The rest of his high school career. Right. Yeah, but he's going to be one and done here at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Was the talent level that you came out of and played against the same as the talent level that Acuff is experiencing now? Because these guys, like I said, the first 5 or 6 guys in this upcoming draft are all going to be freshmen. The boy from BYU, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
He only had played 1 year, college ball. So I don't know if it's the system, the individual, and I don't even want to get into AAU. That's your field, and I don't have no master's degree in that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, these kids coming out now, man, they one and done in college. It used to be, you already, I think somebody said it the other day, you could tell like Michael Jordan, junior year, player of the year, but he played 3 years at North Carolina.
Yeah.
He developed.
I mean, so look, the game is different. It's played differently. Back when I was playing, the physicality of the game kept younger kids out of it. Because you had to be a grown man.
You had to be a grown man.
To hoop.
The game was played from the inside out.
The game was played from 10 feet in. Now it's 15 feet out. And so it's way more of a spacing. I don't want to say finesse because people equate finesse to soft.
Right. It's 7-on-7 basketball. It's like in football, it's 7-on-7.
It's spacing.
It's a passing lead.
It's 5 guys on the floor that can dribble, pass, and shoot.
What you call it? Unpositional? What's
position
it called?
Is 5 guys on the floor that can all dribble, pass, and shoot and score. And you asked me to equate like the freshmen that played around the same time that I played to these freshmen today. So the best guys I played against during that time when I was coming out, the Allen Iversons of the world, the Jerry Stackhouses, the Ray Allens, guys like that. Obviously you can tell that they were
exactly,
they were pros when we was in high. You could tell that these guys is going someplace. But I think the training now, the information that these kids are getting, the blueprint that was set before them, they get a chance to see who's great and compare themselves to them very, very early.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Acuff didn't become a pro this year. It started when this kid was 3, 4, 5 years old, playing against older kids, running,
his family alone,
training, coming from the family that he came from, putting him in situations where he's got to develop and grow and get better. Taking him out of cast and having a vision to he's got to, there's a higher level for him.
Yeah,
all of that plays a role and plays a part in that, and what we see today is just a culmination of years and years and years of planning and preparation and hard work and dedication and sacrifice. So it just didn't happen. What we had when we were coming up was just pure talent. Guys just love to hoop. Get up, go outside, hoop. We didn't have trainers. We didn't have guys doing that kind of stuff. The people who played AAU were the best guys in the state or the best guys in the city, and they would go. Everybody else stay at the crib. Now, AAU is more of a money grab, in my opinion, where everybody can participate, and you really don't always see the best go against the best when it comes to that. So I don't know that you can compare the two. What I will say is there are a couple of drafts that I look at. I look at the 84 draft with Mike and all of them.
Sam Perkins, Barkley, all them guys.
I look at the 96 draft with Kobe and AI and all of them.
And the Wade draft, in the 2003
I look at
draft.
the 03 draft with Wade
Bosh, LeBron, and
the 26 draft.
Yeah.
Has a chance to be
on that.
Yeah. They're gonna be deep.
This is a somewhat deep draft, but at the top, these guys are gonna be
franchise
all pros, franchise players.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have a LeBron or Steph Curry in this draft, but I think we got a bunch of guys who gonna run this league.
That's gonna be impactful
for years to come. For years to come, for sure.
I agree.
So look, with the NCAA's, Cinderella is always cute that first weekend. Let's be honest. We don't really want Cinderellas. It's a good story that first weekend. Cinderellas for me, just keep a game close. Put a scare into the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't need you. So last year we had 4 number ones. Year before that though, we had a 3, 11. It was all bad. And it showed. It was bad basketball. Miami was in it. I think it was Miami, VCU. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
We want the big guys, and that's what we got in this tournament. It's looking good. I think the lowest seed it might be Texas, which they could have been underseeded, because they had to do the play-in and all that. I like what I'm seeing now. Don't expand this tournament because all you're gonna do is just get more feelings hurt of the little people because that's who we expanding it for.
Yeah,
and it does us no good to have them.
You know what the problem is that the small guy is way smaller now than they ever been. You know why? Because the best guys in those small programs, those mid majors and low D1s, are all in the portal
and going to
bigger schools.
Yeah,
going to the bigger schools.
See, and it used to be a time I used to think, I'm like, man, it's gonna be a chance for a Tennessee State or one of the smaller. When Butler did it twice, I said it's gonna be a chance because at the end of the day, basketball is basketball. You throw the ball out. You go get 5 guys on this neighborhood. You go get 5 guys in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You can play a great game. That's what I thought was going to happen. But now that they did what you just said with the portal, the little guy yep, I'm going to do 1 year here, hit 28. Then I'm going over here.
Right.
And then and I'm going to average 17 that next year. But then I'm building up. So, it's just odd, man. But I like what I'm seeing now. Like I said, I love that the bigger schools are in it. You know, it's almost chalk enough. But, you know, yes, skip all that the little fella hitting the buzzer beater, man, and knock out the number 2 seed. I don't want to see that, man.
The guy called time out. He called time out.
I don't want to see that.
Remember the coach from Santa Clara?
He was trying to call time.
He did call it.
He
called it, man. But I don't want to see it.
Man, you know what, man? This is so.
I don't.
For me, the highlight of the NCAA tournament, the men's NCAA tournament, is at the very end. When they play One Shining Moment. One Shining Moment.
Yeah.
When you see all those dudes who never thought that they would ever make it to the NCAA tournament and play on national television and be able to, you know, go up against the big boys, where they make a shot or make a play or win the game or have a moment, you know, during that tournament.
Knock out a number 2 seed.
We're not going to see very many of them in this rendition of one shot.
You're not, but I'm okay with seeing the cheerleaders from Prairie View. Right. I don't want to see them cry. That's where I'm at, man.
Hey, I would be remiss if I give a shout out to the sister Dawn Staley, man. She represented South Carolina.
She showed out, yeah.
Great. She took care of Southern University
girls.
Before she put 50 on them. And you know,
beat them by 60.
You know, I was looking at a documentary the other day on Dawn Staley, and it's called The Moment on Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime, man. I was really impressed how she carry herself, how she go about her business, and she all about women's sports, women's basketball.
Yeah, she definitely carrying
stuff like that.
torch.
So before we get back into what we're doing, shout out to Dawn Staley.
Take this Louis and take this L.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's pretty much what she said. Right.
We touched on it a bit. Talked about the injury to Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
You know, the Pistons, even though they lost their star, last couple of games they won in a row. They've been rolling. We know that they're not equipped to win a championship without Cade Cunningham.
Correct.
But can they hold on to that number 1 seed in the East while Cade is out?
So what they got? Like
11 games left. They got a 5-game lead. They shouldn't. I mean, they would have to lose 6 out of the last 11. Maybe even 7.
And then Boston
got to win. They got to do what they got. Or New York, because New York is only like a game and a half behind, a half a game behind like Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they'll hold on to the number 1 seed. And I think that this, and I hate to say it, the injury could be a blessing because now you got to have other guys step up. And then when playoff basketball start, you got confidence in those guys. Coach Bickerstaff could say, hey, look, go on in there and do what you got to do. Because there's a lot of people been saying that Cade might not even be back for the first round of the playoffs.
He may not. He may not.
So if we playing somebody like a Miami or Orlando, I still think we'll get out of that first round. But I think it's a good showing these last 4 games. We're 4-0. I think we got Atlanta tonight as we taping. That should be I think our next 2 home games we should be dubs. Then we on the road, Oklahoma, Minnesota. And hopefully, you know, Boston run into a couple of roadblocks, or keep it at 5 games. Yeah. So to answer your point, I think the Pistons can hold on, at least get that number 1 seed. I don't think nobody can beat us. If we play the defense that we capable of playing, get back to that grind, I think we can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, will we win it? I don't know, but I think we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
So I think they're gonna hold on to it as well. Mm-hmm. But I think Boston is on kind of a pace.
They're trending up.
Yeah. And so they just like, okay, we can just gallop this race right here. Almost like a horse race when, you know, that horse is like, I'm not going to make my move yet. I'm not going to make my... So they're not going to try to get number 1. They comfortable with being number 2 and thinking that they can come to Detroit and still a game in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're not going to get that all-out effort for these last 11. You know, we still trying to get Tatum back. When I say they trying to get Tatum back into the fold, trying to make sure, let's see what works now that we have you back. So they're going to cruise into the 2nd, 3rd seed. I think they're comfortable either way, you know, and
they've been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's just the pedigree for them that's set up. So I really wish Cade could get back for a first round and just play light minutes just to stay fresh. Because I don't want him jump back into deep waters in the 2nd round matchup with the Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
somebody,
true.
you know,
If you're down, it's 1-1 or you're down 0-2.
Oh, yeah. And then you jumping back in. So I'm hoping he gets back.
If Cade doesn't come back in the first round, do the Pistons win that first round matchup?
Is that this best out of 7?
Best of 7. Everything's best of 7.
I think they win it 4-2. It'll be interesting, but I think whether it's Orlando, Miami, or whoever Atlanta that play in,
you're gonna play that play.
You know, we're gonna host at home, and we can get off to a 2-0 start. We get off to a 2-0 start. I don't see us losing the series. 1-1 could go 7, maybe 6. But if we get off to a 2-0 series, it should be 4-1, something like that.
Well, I agree with that. I think they'll win the first round.
Yeah.
Although the team that they're going to play is already coming in with the playoff mindset because that's that play-in stuff. 9, 8, 9, then
whatever.
9, 10 play each other and to see who's going to play 8 and 7, 8. So they already going to be in that mode. So that's the thing I worry about. That first 1-2 games of that rust. Waiting, sitting back to seeing what you get, but you're gonna play a lesser opponent, so that's good.
And one thing else, we got depth, man. We got depth. We play good defense.
We got guys.
We at home.
We got guys stepping up.
We got guys stepping up. What's my man name? He been out too.
Dennis.
No, the big fella.
Oh, Stewart.
Stu. Yeah, Beef Stu. We'll get him back at some point. Probably before Cade, and I think we'd be good for the first round.
Yeah, I don't know about the first round. You know,
if you on them getting out the first.
Yeah, I said it at the beginning of this. I said it at the beginning of the season. I said it again at the trade deadline, and I'm gonna say it right now. The Pistons are another score away from contending for a world championship. Without Cade. Without the fact that this collection of Pistons have never won a playoff series. They didn't win one last year. Took the Knicks to 6 or whatever it was. They didn't win it. And so this group hasn't won together. And without your main guy, I don't know.
But that would be second round if we had to play probably the Knicks.
That's fine. But they still haven't won a series. And playoff basketball is way different than regular season basketball.
I agree.
And I don't want no undrafted dudes rolling out second round guys that I got to depend on in a playoff situation.
Well,
they gotta win me a game.
Well,
win me 2 games. Win me a series.
You gotta. Well, to your point, they playing what he playing who he has to play. I mean,
I understand
he's getting the guy who is.
I don't trust him.
Well, sooner or later,
I don't trust what we got out there.
Oh my God.
I think what they doing, they play. You got some guys. Dennis went for 30 the other night.
Right.
I can expect him to go for 30 in a playoff series.
So guess what? If Dennis is who I'm thinking he is, and he want to stay in the league, this is your time to shine. This is your time to become a star. Whether it's the 6th man next year coming off the bench or a starter on somebody else's team. You got to step your game up. This is what Bernie Bickerstaff is saying, this is your time. Our guy's out. This is your time to step up to be the guy to prove to us and the other 31 teams that's in this league that you can play and you belong. Because he already got a chip on the shoulder because he didn't get drafted.
But it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
You only can play who you got.
I understand that. That's why I'm nervous about this first round. That's why I'm saying to myself, I don't know if they get out the first round without their main guy.
Didn't anybody know Steph Curry was going to be the greatest shooter in NBA history when he got into the league? Oh, this a little skinny kid with bad ankles.
Hold on.
Yeah, he can shoot the 3.
Hold on.
Didn't nobody know that?
Hold on. You're not comparing Dennis Jenkins to Steph Curry, are you?
I would never do that.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that.
If you hear
what are we talking about? What are we doing here?
If you hear this, I'm not.
What are we doing?
No, what I'm just saying, the expectation. That's all I'm saying.
There are no expectations on this kid.
That's what I'm saying. And when Steph came into the league, he was just known as a shooter, right? Now he's known as the greatest shooter that ever pick up a basketball.
You cannot bring up Steph Curry and that in the same sense.
Moving on.
There you go. All right. So the dub got their contract done. I'm so glad the ladies got it done.
Shout out to the ladies.
Got it done.
Shout out to the ladies, man.
Supermax at 1.4, 1.6.
It's about, I think it's 1.6. Salary cap is, the team salary cap, I think is $7 million. Last year, WNBA rookie coming in, I think made 86. That go up to like 282.
300 almost.
Damn near 300K for a rookie coming in. You know, if you got, and then they went back and took care of the veterans. So you've been in the league 4 or 5 years, you almost guaranteed a half meal.
Yep. And
you know,
it is a good deal.
Yeah,
good deal.
These are the kind of deals that you walk away as a negotiator and you say to yourself, we did all right.
Yeah,
we did all right. We did all right.
But then
now,
you got the Lisa Leslie's and the Cheryl Swoop sitting at home like, I be damned.
They should.
they built the league. Teresa Edwards, all of them.
They crawled so the Paige Beckers and the Asia Wilsons can run.
Yeah.
So this is the way it goes.
The way that's like. That's the way it goes. Yeah.
And now it's a real career.
Mm-hmm.
Before
I got to go
wasn't
overseas.
a real career. You had to go overseas.
Yeah.
Now the Dub has solidified itself as a career league.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can go and make money and have a life and have some level
you have an off season
of assurance that you can prepare in the off season.
A true off season.
Rest in the off season. Still playing unrivaled, still do USA basketball, but come back to your main league, your main gig,
and your family,
and make a decent living. Women can have families now, have kids, and not have to feel like, oh my God, I got to go overseas. I can't have a family of my own and all that kind of stuff. So, shout out to the Dub and shout out to the leadership. I know how tough it is sometimes in negotiations, but they done an amazing job putting that together and taking care, like you said, taking care of the vets. They looked out for, try to look out for everybody in this deal.
Yeah. So how's that going to affect the college game with the ladies? So you think?
Oh, now you have real competition coming into the WNBA, and you got women who may have been on the fence as to what am I going to do after my college career is over, and never really looking at the Dub as an opportunity for a sustainable opportunity for employment and a career. Now it is a real career, and the expansion is coming.
That's what I was about to touch on. Yep.
Portland.
Yep.
Detroit in a few years. Now there's more jobs, more positions open to come into the Dub.
Now, once again, they're probably going to extend the league. I think they only play 34 games?
Something like that.
They're going to extend it,
more games.
More games, more revenue. Salary cap will go up, salaries go up.
Yeah.
Shout out to the WNBA, man. Those women deserve to make that money. They're out there grinding like everybody else. And we don't want our women going overseas, getting caught up on some BS.
Crazy stuff.
Whether it's Brittany Griner, doing this, doing that,
especially
to earn a living.
Especially now.
Yeah, stay here.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Especially now.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, good point.
1.6 million for the Supermax.
That's Dub? Yeah.
Who gets the first Supermax?
Asia get the first Supermax.
I already know where you about to. If you don't agree, I already know where you're going.
Asia get it.
Asia gets it in my world.
Who else gets it?
Is it?
See, Tarasi might come back just for that.
No, she ain't coming.
What's her
coming
name?
back.
She can't.
Caitlin Clark.
No,
Caitlin Clark might get the first.
No, she won't.
Yes, she will. She might get it before Asia.
Oh my God!
Are you talking about your girl from LSU?
What's her name, man?
Who you talking about?
Is it
Paige Beckers?
No.
It's either
Angel Reese.
It's gonna be Asia or Caitlin Clark.
Oh,
they get the Supermax.
Oh my
Kelsey
God.
Plum.
I'm looking right at her face.
Caitlin Clark or Asia. Period.
Asia gets the first. Asia gets the Supermax.
She get the Supermax.
She gets the Supermax
right off the rip.
She gets the Supermax.
And Caitlin Clark is right behind her. In my opinion.
Old girl in New York may get it.
Bam.
Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Anesco.
Nescu? No.
Who?
That's who I thought you.
You thought it was a Nescu?
Yeah,
she made. She made.
She the woman. Like we say, she the man.
Yeah.
She the woman over there.
Well,
I mean, and it's New York.
Brianna Stewart could get a Superman.
Bam.
Stewie can get one. Yeah. But them four should be
the Collier may get a Superman.
Yeah, them 4 or 5.
So that's 5.
But definitely Asia.
You said so Asia,
Caitlin, Stewart,
Nafisa Collier.
We just
I think Kelsey Plum might be
she might be on her. I don't think she gonna get the Super.
So how many years before you can get the Supermax? Because I think
you got to be 4 or 5 year vet.
I think it's 4 years.
Yeah. They go right to the max. Yeah.
But all their deals are up, so that everybody's getting a raise.
Yeah, everybody
getting a raise. Everybody's deal is up. Everybody getting a raise.
Yep. So
yeah, this is gonna be good,
shout
man.
out to the WNBA.
This is a great time if you're coming out in the draft this year.
The girl from Notre Dame, what's the girl from
Hidalgo?
Yeah.
They gonna get paid.
Is the girl gonna get the other girl that transferred from South Carolina to LSU, the guard? What's her name? Why did she do that?
Fulwali. Yeah.
She fell out with Dawn or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
because she left. They had beat LSU the year before.
Yeah, I think she just wanted her own space.
Okay, cool.
I think she grew up in South Carolina.
Okay,
so she probably wanted to get out of the state.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on Juju to come back.
Yeah, what's up with Juju? Man. I just seen her on a commercial.
She took off the year. I know she was itching to get on the floor after they got that drubbing that UNC took the other day from South Carolina.
So she'll be back next year for one.
She'll be back for next year.
Yeah.
Any shout outs before we leave?
You go.
So look, shout out to everybody who was questioning, asking about us. Shout out to my room dog, Big Boo, Daryl Parnell.
Dang, how
he asked about you,
man?
too.
Did he?
He said,
"What up, Boo?"
He said you was a much better baseball player than a football player, and I said, "Man, no, he did tell me that." And I said, "Man, Boo," I said, "Where was an athlete, man?" I said, "I think it was equal because I seen him quarterback."
Hey, Big Boo, blame it on my old line, man. You probably thought I wasn't that good, but I had a couple of guys up there that was
that was my Tennessee State. Shout out to Boo, man, my Tennessee State room dog, man. It's so funny with this March Madness coming, man. One day, real quick story before we get out of here is Boo woke up in a cold sweat one day, and I was like, Boo, you all right? What's going on? You know what's happening? He's like, I just had a dream. I was checking Gary Grant. I said, "Oh my God, this guy he's sweating profusely."
You gotta tell him why we call him Big Boo.
Well, Big Ben.
He's checking Gary Grant.
Big Boo was 6'6", 6'7",
right,
330.
Oh, Big Boo was a bad boy.
A left, right tackle, wherever you wanted him to play over the line. Oh my God!
And he was checking who?
Gary Grant.
Come on.
But he woke up in a cold sweat, man. It's one of the funniest stories we ever talk about. Every time I talk to him, I say, "Hey, would you D'ing him up?" He's like, "I was D'ing him, Jess. I was D'ing him up."
In his dream.
That's what it was.
That's about as bad as this man comparing Dennis Jenkins to
Steph Curry.
I was just saying it. Never mind.
But shout out to Big Boo, Tennessee State. Congratulations to y'all, man, for going to the tourney and representing the OVC, man. But thanks to everybody for always coming back to us and asking about the Brown Couch, man.
Dig it. Hey, real quick shout out, man. Shout out to the dudes at Goodfellas, man. I went over there, got me a little gear, got this hat over at Goodfellas wear over on Woodward. Man,
okay,
amazing job, man. It was a chance going down there, check them out, man. Buy some gear, all Detroit stuff and this and that, man. Real good setup over there. My man took care of me today, so man, shout out to them.
Hey man, my big shout out is, man, I got a brother that played with me at Southern University, man. He doing big things. It's not in the city of Detroit, but if you ever get to Chicago, my boy Corey Gilkey, we used to call him Silky. He plays second base and shortstop.
What's his name?
Corey Gilkey.
What you call him?
We call him Silky. He was nice and smooth at that second base. Anyway, he got a clothing store, man, in Chicago called Leaders, man. Big time clothing store, man. I want to get there, get some gear. I want to give Corey a big shout out, man. Also, I want to give a shout out to just the Detroiters, man. Just hanging in there, man. You know, this is a city. We grind every day. We have tough winters. We have tough summers. You know, shout out to all my people here in Detroit, man. Let's have a safe summer, man. That's the one thing I want us to have, man. Let's have a safe summer. Put down the guns, put down the violence. Go up there, go up to some people, just hug somebody, call somebody. Hey, man, I was thinking about you. Hey, I was thinking about you, young lady. Hey, boom, I love you. Mm-hmm. Let's keep the crime down this summer, man. Well, it's supposed to be a hot one. Another note. I was watching the news the other day. El Nino is coming this way. They say it's going to be a nice, hot, dry summer.
That goes back to my Baca in the car. I can't even leave my Baca.
A couple of weeks ago, when we had that 70-day weather, 70-degree weather, they did a newscast at Rouge Park.
Oh, Lord.
And those Negroes were out there. So let's just keep it down, man. Let's keep the violence down. And let's just stay safe out here, man.
Any more news you want to share?
Not at this time.
Well, it's been another episode of the Brown Couch Bros, and we are out of here.
Peace.